Very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. You are watching HoNTourSEA Southeast Asia G-League Cycle 2, and this is the last round, round 15 here. And yes, game 1 goes to MRR. It's going to be between MRR and impunity.storm. A lot is at stake here, and not just for these two teams, but for the other two teams that's just nicely banging on today's game. I do believe ISE is out because bRix won the neutral walkover. So that being said, it's all going to be up to MRR or bRix right now.
Yeah, definitely. This game is so important for MR right now. They need to make sure that they win this against Impunity Storm to really secure their spot and the top 4 of the G League and make playoffs, and hopefully have a second chance to kind of win and ultimately be the winner of the G League cycle number 2. Of course, Total Masters already winning the first cycle over there, so they're sitting pretty happily over there. I think they are currently now in the second or third place, was it? On the G League table. I can't really remember right now, but
MRR?
no, Turtle Masters.
Turtle Master is third, man.
Yeah, so it's the third right now. So, at least they're still gonna show their faces again in this cycle number 2 playoffs, and just play for points. And right here, man, Wretched Hag, first pick, MRR. We saw this in the previous game. They really love this hero, and it's a really awesome go-to hero for them. I mean, it doesn't really reveal much of your lanes because it could be played as either the hard carry, or it could even be played as the offlane hero. So, they have that to work with at least for the first pick. They're actually gonna ban out Sandwraith, Keeper, Bubbles, and Fate. So I would have liked to actually see the Tempest first pick coming up from the Legion team, seeing as to how they don't have much to counter it. And I don't think Bastorm really plays that great of a parasite. So I don't know, man.
Yep, just to point out, Tempest is still alive, and yep, you're right. Bastom doesn't play a creep parasite. I do remember because it's one of the hero that he doesn't really have got a lot of potential to just nicely execute his maneuvers because he doesn't really gang much on the parasite. But that being said, we're just looking at the second game here, and again, I have a very strong feeling the MR strategy against Impunity Storm today is just to nicely rob them of the Wretched Hag. It's happened for both games already, and now they're gonna go with the Magnus also. Lodestone gonna be robbed away by Impunity Storm. That's nice to see. They are still going to commit to the Prison 945 for Emperor, I do believe, because Emperor, he does play pretty decently on Prisoner. He does land hooks very nicely, so that's going to be very good for him. But he does need to have a lot more engagement sense because if he just pots in like in the previous game, without much of a backup from the rest of his team, he's going to nicely not tank the aggression from MRR. It's going to be a Tempest, so yep, that's right, no Keeper in this game. Tempest going to be picked up, and yep.
They really needed that hero pickup, because if they gave that to Legion team, that would just spell doom for them. They're gonna have Ophelia, which is okay. Oh, but they're gonna have Nighthound as well. Ooh, that's another hero we didn't get to talk much about. It's gonna offer at least a lot of ganking potential in early roam if he's able to control and have that snowball in his lane, and if they're able to pick up a strong support. But in my opinion, I feel like if you want to go for more of a Nighthound strat, I feel like it excels even better when you have dual supports coming out. Like a very aggressive lane setup at the start just allows Nighthound the ability to just have free reign against the entire of the opposing team in the early stages and just completely get out farmed and out leveled, that he just takes over. You can't really kill him even if you have a bound eye. There's nothing much you can do. But yeah, I mean, they're gonna offer the Nighthound with the Tempest Lodestone, not the biggest of deals. It's still very strong in its own right. Tempest and Lodestone, very very strong combination, of course. If that Tempest wasn't picked, I think definitely MR would have picked it up, since seeing as to how they have both the Magnus and the Wretched Hag. Ophelia is going to be the second pickup, and that's going to allow for at least some sort of sustenance for the Legion team, because they're going to be able to heal back themselves despite the damage coming up from the Lodestone. So it's kind of going to negate that damage despite them having the having the 100% armor pierce and magic pierce. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna help to heal back the damage coming up from the Shatterstorm. So a pretty good pickup in my opinion, and it has the ability to cancel the Tempest ultimate if he picks up at least like 3 Skeleton Kings, if he's that lucky. And yeah.
Wow, 3 Skeleton King. You need to have really good luck for that, because you need to make sure the opponent doesn't kill first one he sees. But anyway, second band phase well on the way here. We're looking at Jersey, also Midas, Pestilence, and Geomancer. Why did Geomancer get banned? I have no idea, but Midas also being banned. Jersey, yeah, Jersey I completely understand. but Midas and Geomancer, what exactly is MR playing at? Meanwhile, Impunity Storm banning a Walso and Pestilence, very legit bans themselves. Pestilence, I don't think it's very used these days. It's more used in Cycle 1 than in Cycle 2, but that's definite, well, an improvement if you ask me. The last ban should be something more intensive towards the team Legion here, and I do believe that they haven't addressed the carry, so it should be nicely fulfilling the perspective. They would want to ban out the Sandwraith. Nope, they're gonna ban the Warbase. Warbase also very strong in terms of push potential. Nicely stacking with Ophelia. And if MR's name of today's game is gonna be complete early game pressure, then Warbase is gonna be a good ban.
Yeah, and I mean, just having the War Beast together with Ophelia creeps, it just does so much damage. But yeah, with regards to the Midas and Geomancer ban, I think that MR has been paying close attention to scrims that Impunity Storm has been running. And I think with the current setup of Lodestone Tempest, I do believe that Emperor likes to play that Geomancer or Midas, as it does have a lot of burst potential, and it kind of works with a Tempest Lodestone combination. It's more of a risky play in my opinion, because it's a huge wham bam combo, and if it fails, you're gonna ultimately lose the entire game because you're not able to string your combination together. They're actually gonna opt for the Master of Arms, so kind of like an okay pick. It will provide some decent defense there coming up for the Hellburn team, especially if the Lodestone jumps in by himself, gonna pop the Protective Charm, or if the Nighthound needs an extra movement buff to chase down heroes. But Scout, man, definitely could see that from a mile away. A perfect pickup here, gonna be able to just be so damn pesky towards Tempest, and at the same time, a perfect pickup against a Nighthound. It's gonna allow Nighthound. I mean, just that disarm, man. Just level 1 disarm. It's a 2-second disarm against the Nighthound, and it's every auto attack you do, it's a minus 1 from the cooldown. So it's just such a strong hero against melee melee carries over there. So perfect pickup for a Nighthound, seeing as to how Nighthound's invis as well. So they're gonna have the electric eye to work with. But yeah, they choose the Prisoner 945, and that's a good pickup against the Magmas. It's really going to shut him down middle lane, but we're going to have to see how great the supports are going to play. It's going to come down to the positioning and how well they're able to micro the heroes in this middle matchup.
Yep, that's right. So, well, just looking at game 2 here, gonna be between MRR and Impunity Storm. This game is gonna be nicely casted by both me, Babael, and Lark. We hope you enjoy our cast so far. And that being said here, Team Legion gonna be nicely covered by neolution.MRR from Thailand, and they are most possibly looking at the playoff seeding right now. So if they win this game, they will go to the playoff. If they lose, then bRix will go to the playoff. It's as simple as that right now. That being said, first of all, your drafter there for MR is going to be Bomb Rusher Paul, and he's going to be playing as the engineer. We do have Ophelia being played by ColorX. Magma is going to be picked up by Cheetah1X. I just love his Magmas. The eruption is always spot on. It's always just gonna go in with big eruption gameplay. Just expect that from Cheetah1X. He's perfect on this Magmas. But again, every single time I say stuff like that, it just doesn't happen. Yep.
Caster's
so DQ,
Curse.
yep, Caster's Curse, man, as you said. So DQ gonna be playing as Rush Attack carry. You said before in the previous game, very devastating. In this game, we'll also expect the same. That being said, there's a little bit of a secondary carry. Maybe Scout's gonna be the hard carry towards the late game of this entire game too. But 07T there is gonna nicely fulfill that role as the Scout. That said, on Team Hellborn, we do have Impunity Storm, and they are already out of the play of race here, but they are still looking to win this game for bRix and for themselves, because they want to make sure that they are of a little bit of a better standing in this entire cycle. Do note that their points right now are still pretty much contested. Their position is pretty much contested with the few teams that's kind of like below them a little bit. That's it. Nova gonna be the captain and drafter Impunity Storm, and he is gonna be playing as the MOA. Emperor fulfilling the role of the Prisoner 945 again. We do believe it's going to be pretty successful. We do have Nighthound being played by Zandolfin. Best Tom going to be on the Tempest. Last but not least, Frexer there going to be as the Lodestone.
Yeah, and just coming out this early stage of the game, I feel like MR could have actually just rushed to the top lane and helped Scout set up boards. Like, just the ability to block out the Tempest is going to be so big coming out for this team. Seeing as to how they have Ophelia as well, so Tempest can't really rotate towards their own jungle. I mean, they don't need to be so worried about Ophelia's jungle getting blocked by this Hellburn team, and like he can easily rotate towards the top as well if he really wanted to. he would be in an okay position in my opinion, seeing as to how he's gonna be against that Tempest. But yeah, I mean, this is not really the full use of the scout combination with the rest of the heroes. I felt like they can do a little bit of a better job in terms of like just warding off the entire top forest there, the top jungle actually, coming up for Bastom's Tempest, and like being able to slow down the Tempest farm in the early start of the game. It's gonna allow them to open up some space for themselves because Tempest is not gonna be able to get the early items, the early Astrolabe team fight items that he needs, the Arcane Ring or whatever it's called, the Mana Ring, and he's not gonna be able to really push down the lanes because he's gonna be so far behind in terms of levels as well.
Yep, so well, down south it seems like Lodestone's gonna go head to head against the possible. Yep, it's gonna be the Hack though. So it's again gonna be Lodestone versus Hack, and previously we've seen this before, but Lodestone has got escape mechanism, so Hack's not gonna have the feel they're trying to kill the Lodestone. Lodestone also pretty much tanky, but because of the fact that Lodestone is a melee hero, he does have pretty much a little bit of a harassment disadvantage from the Hack. But that being said, I hope that he's gonna have good fun in this game. And in the middle lane, we do see a Liberty Engineer plus Magnus against the Prisoner and MOA. That's gonna be a pretty decent team there. Definitely the Magnus plus the Engineer very strong. We've seen it before. Prisoner plus MOA also so very strong. And also because we got Prisoner with Shackle there, it's most possibly gonna stop in any escape mechanism coming from the Magnus, except for the Steam buff though, so that's fine. That being said, top lane we have the Nighthawk against the Scout, and it's gonna be the Invis, the game of the Invis though. It's gonna be the Vanished Scout versus the level 6 invisibility ulti from the Nighthawk, but that's fine.
Yeah, actually, the Shackled from Prisoner, it's a perfect skill against Magnus because it not only cancels out his Lava Surge, but it also reveals him when he's in Steam Bath.
It does?
Yes, it reveals Invis heroes with that checkout ability, so it's really difficult for Magnus to get away.
Oh, Magnus goes in nice time. Cat's gonna connect nicely. Maybe a turret, but no, this guy's only level 1, so not gonna be able to do that. Prisoner and Nightfall fight takes a lot of a beating, and that hook is gonna miss there. If it landed, it would have been pretty devastating for the Magnus, but Cheetah 1X was just nicely preparing for that. So Emperor was preempted again.
Yep, and that's gonna force Prisoner all the way back to base. Even Nova's going back to base with him, so that just means that, you know, they win this lane so damn hard. Coming from, I mean, it's a Magnus NG lane. It's such a devastating lane in its own right. It does a lot of damage, especially with the keg turret on top of the Lava Surge. So no, it's pretty good.
Oh my god.
Okay. That's
It's a
not good.
5-man timeout. It's one of these moments that you pray to God and I need a 5-man disconnect. Dang, you have that.
Oh, I think that's the I was wondering why I was wondering why Emperors were walking back to base with Nova, and I wasn't really looking at the other lanes. But yeah, that's just so unfortunate, man. Because it's gonna
They
be
probably kicked the socket at their base or something like that.
Yeah, seeing as to how they're all in that gaming house right there, it's just unfortunate because now they're gonna have to probably waste 135 gold to get back into lane. It's not looking. It's kind of looking grim at the start. So
I can't believe you, man, Lark. At just 2 minutes, you say it's grim. But yep, they are gonna be potting back to their respective lane. Only Tempest is gonna walk back. MOA also having no goal for that will decide to walk back. We'll pick up a ward, so that's fine. Meanwhile, level 1 Prisoner still level 1 against level 2 Engineer as well as level 2 Magnus. The Cat's gonna nicely connect. Turret also, but that's gonna be just harassment against the Prisoner. No good old ball and chain happening from Prisoner just yet. So that being said, still pretty much alive. And top lane, it seems like now already lose the level advantage against the Scout. Scout already level 3. Now I'm still at level 2. And down south it's gonna be the Lodestone level 2 against the level 4 Wretched Egg. So every single lane somehow just lost because of the disconnection. And that's just really unfortunate for Team impunity.storm.
yeah, I mean, Hack level 4, Lodestone level 2, like you mentioned. Like again, Lodestone getting stacked regen, it's not enough. Like we saw in the previous game. I think Duaikuyo was playing the Hack as well, right? Yeah,
Yep,
he did a damn good job of controlling Fraser, and that was also kind of due to the fact that it was Bomb Rusher Paul who really helped out with him over there. But this time around, he is not gonna do his. I mean, he's still gonna do a lot of harass, but it's not gonna be able to be enough to pick up a kill.
And top lane,
oh yeah,
battle of the right clicks there. Nighthound gonna jump in there, but we'll stay safe because there's nothing that Scout could really do at level 4 except the right click down the Nighthound, and Nighthound is not very low health also. So that being said, man, Lodestone meanwhile takes a little bit of a magical burst from Wretched Hack, but will stay relatively fine. Meanwhile, middle lane there, nice hack It's also gonna land nicely on a prisoner though, and a quick blast off the map. It's gonna be happening on the Magnus from Nova. So level 2 Nova as well as level 2 Emperor against the level 2 Engineer and level 4 Magnus. They are definitely losing every single lane right now.
Yeah, and I'm kind of wary for the Ophelia. He's not done much, at least like try to set up ganks on Lodestone with the help of the Retro Tag. He isn't farming as fast as you'd like as well, seeing as to how, you know, there is a Tempest in the opponent's jungle. I mean, Tempest is just inherently a very fast farmer himself. He's actually gonna pick up a haste in the top lane, and that's unfortunate for Engineer. He was able to, at least Engineer is able to, you know, get that triple stacked ancients there for Magnus to work with. He can actually do that once he reaches level 6 and just use the eruption over there. Most of the times it's what they usually do. But yeah, I mean, Ophelia just picked up his boots and a Ring of Teacher. I don't know, like if he wants with the route that he's going, it looks like he just wants to go for more of a farming route. So just picking up the early amulet into something like a mana ring would have been even better as compared to the red boots, because he's just being really stagnant in the jungle right now, not setting up ganks anywhere. Like even at the middle lane, look at
middle lane. X actually looking to go down quickly, and yes, he does get revealed, but no, the stun is still gonna be in play because Shackle is gonna be out of well, reach there. In fact, Shackle expiring is going to be a main reason why Magnus is going to stay alive. And look at that health there, only 51. And that's really scary. That means that they still have a little bit of advantage back in the middle lane here. And a little bit of a life is going to be breathed back in impunity.storm at the middle lane. Emperor is going to be level 4 already, and X is still going to be staying at level 4. I do believe that by the time he comes back here, Emperor should be looking at quick level 5.
Yeah, that was really
top lane.
close.
A little bit of a right clear attack, but here we go. Tempest landing the quick stun there, but still we have an invisible scout, and he is gonna be fine. Oh, it's gonna be the ulti. It's gonna be landing on the Nighthound. Yep, it's gonna be a kill. That's the bloodlust. And here comes the Tempest, a little bit lost, but he's not gonna be able to help his teammate or even secure the kill on the scout there.
Oh, so unfortunate. Beautiful, beautiful play, and you know, just a lot of resolve coming out from Scout to make sure that they pick up the I mean that he picks up the kill onto the Nighthound. That excels him to level 6, able to pick up on more farms, slows down Nighthound. Nighthound loses out a lot, has to walk back to base. You see another 135 gold wasted upon the other one that he used. Bottom lane, tier 1 gets taken. Man, MR just has everything working for them right now in their favor. Look at top though.
Ooh, what a blast away it is from Nova, but yep, Kek's not gonna connect, and we're just looking at 1-0 here. 3k gold lead already, and it seems like level 5 9. I was still looking at a quick level 6. He needs a level 6 to just put forth a lot of harassment on his scout. But that being said, the farm from both of these heroes here are just not looking great at all. Meanwhile, middle lane there, Emperor looking to run away. Just so close to death. But that being said, back to the point there. We're just looking at level 6 Nighthound. Already just nicely turning to level 6 now. Standing about 22 group kills, and Scout already at 29. So both of them pretty much still did even, except for the one kill that Scout has, which is going to propel his GF into GPM, to about 360 plus, and Nihon only at 198.
Yeah, and they're not gonna let down this aggression. Like they can kill Lodestone easily, and they're gonna take this tier 2. They're at least gonna get a tier 1 trade at the top lane, so not the biggest of deals. And actually, I'm surprised that there's no response coming up from the Hellburn team right now to kind of like defend this tier 2. They at least
need
get
to defend the spot.
Yeah, I mean they're not gonna be able to get this tier 2 at the top lane because a Legion team is gonna be able to quickly go over that side if they really want to.
Middle lane gets ganked. Scout goes in. Nice scout, but a little bit of extending there. And Magmus, man, it's a little too early. Magmus definitely very far behind, not able to go in the nick of time there. That being said, we do have a naked Lodestone behind for reasons I don't even know myself. But this guy looks so dangerously weird in this alternate avatar. But that being said, man, top lane initiative still ongoing here, and the pot's gonna be happening quickly. Tempest looking back away. There is no well, there's element of void, but he's not gonna use that. And stun's gonna be happening on the Magma. X looking to just steam buff away, but nice stun's gonna be connecting on the Tempest there, and because he doesn't have the mana, it seems like it's gonna be a clean wipe. Yes, it is, and there we go. Kek's gonna nicely miss, but Xenoph in a lot of trouble there, looking to run away, but he is not dusted, so somehow he's just waiting behind the trees there.
Yeah,
but do they have any Ward of Wrath? Nope, they don't have anything at all.
They don't. I saw Dust being used earlier. I think that was from the opponent's team. Yeah, the Tempest actually used it, and that was beautiful. That went correctly in the way of MRR, and that was a clutch Ophelia use right there. I think he just had enough mana to use it, so that was really, really close in my opinion. He actually does finally pick up his Ring of Sorcery on top of the Ring of Teacher that he already has, so he's gonna be able to help out a lot more. He's gonna have the Astrolabe I hope he's gonna be able to pick up the Astrolabe soon enough, and that's just gonna force even more aggression on the towers and prevent Nighthound from getting even more farm. Like, he's so far behind. Scout is sitting at about 390 gold per minute. He's sitting at, he's gonna get an Energizer soon, so he's actually gonna offer an Energizer. And you look at Nighthound, he still doesn't even have his what do you call this, his steam boost just yet, and he's at level 6.
Yep, so we're just looking at about 8 minutes plus here in this game. 30-0 here, and definitely Team Legion MRR, neolution.MRR having a very good early game. Definitely going to go into the next 5 minutes very soon. And that being said, man, this triple stack engine is going to be nicely taken care of by Magnus. Magnus will be looking at a quick portal key very soon, but that's still a little tad behind. Meanwhile, Scout's just looking to run away, and yep, there's a pain train coming from Team Hellborn. All 4 members is actually going to nicely congregate the top lane. And again, a little bit of a recap of the previous engagement. The team fight at Tempest because he used that Glacier Blast. He doesn't have the mana for that Elemental Void. And that being said, it's a little scary to see that he doesn't have, you know, the skill, as in the mana required for the skill. And again, he doesn't have the best of moments in the particular engagement. That being said, mid lane is going to be nicely challenged by the Scout as well as the Ophelia. Triple Skeleton King, or rather double Skeleton King is in, but nice stun there is gonna, sorry, nice hook it is gonna be landing on the Scout, and the Cag's not gonna connect though. Here comes the MOA, nice stun maybe, but we do have the Scorpion Magnus behind, and they are just looking to take the tower. They will get it nonetheless, and yep, it's gonna be a nice kill on the Engineer, but Magnus goes in, nice stun, but follow up there from the Hag maybe, but Hag doesn't have the Bat Blast. He still needs 1 second, just 1 second, and there we go. Bat Blast is gonna be off cooldown right now, but he's still not using it for reasons unknown. And there we go, Tempest using the Elemental Void, catching all 3 heroes, but no damage. There's just nothing to nicely mop up the Tempest, and he goes down. And Lodestone using Shadowstorm just right about now, he also takes the fall. It's gonna be a quad kill. Are we gonna see Annihilation? Nova's gonna be all that stands behind this Duikyu and Annihilation. Just 1 or 2 more hits. Maybe Scout's gonna try and KS away the Annihilation, but no, the Scouting is gonna make sure it happen. There we have an Annihilation, ladies and gentlemen. Just 10 minutes in, and Impunity Storm completely genocided, annihilated. They are just way behind this game. 8k gold deficit already. My god, what a gameplay it is from Wretched Hag, man.
Holy shit, man! The way that went. Oh no.
Oh, Hag.
No, he's gonna be fine. He got the send back. He's gonna be okay. But damn, that just that's something that Impunity Storm just doesn't want to have happen to them, and it's just so unfortunate. The Tempest ultimate was good, but it was used a little bit too late when there wasn't enough follow-up. Lodestone was too slow on the Shatterstorm as well. I don't know. I wasn't really keeping a close tab on his skills. I think it was, I don't know, either under cooldown or he didn't have the mana just yet. So everything just completely went the way of MRR. They lost, I think they lost a couple of heroes though. They only lost the Engineer and the Magnus, but still they completely tore Hellborn team apart and gave so much space for Red Hag that at level 11 he already has a light brand on top of power supply, Grave Locket, and Steam Boots, and a bottle. So I mean, he's so damn far ahead right now. He's sitting at 500.
Hag goes in, Prisoner. Now it's gonna be hunted and stay. Prisoner, 945. Scout's gonna use the LT there, and nope, it's not gonna be. Actually, it is gonna channel and will hit the Prisoner. So that's gonna be an easy kill on the Prisoner by the Scout and Hag. See, the amount of map control is just ridiculous from Team Legion right now, and again, a little bit questionable, but Prisoner is not the best of heroes from Impunity Storm. I do know that they have been playing the hero for a long time already, but it's like, it's not always successful. And I would personally prefer a Fate as compared to Prisoner, because Fate does have a lot of ganking potential, but they didn't draft the Fate. Was it banned out?
No, it wasn't banned out. No one actually took the Fate, which is surprising.
No one cares about the Fate, but yep, they are going to be able to spot the Nighthound, but they won't be able to kill it. And yeah, that being said, man, hasted Wretched Hag, even with the haste, not being able to catch up with the Nighthound. It's a little sad to see, but Nighthound is now going to alert this Hag to the rest of his team. The Hag's going to rotate up north, and Prisoner better have a presence of mind to know that.
Yeah, oh man, I'm not sure what he's doing.
Yep, he goes in. Shackle's going to be used and missing the whole game because of the haste there. Wretched Hag looking for a kill. Maybe going to happen. Maybe able to just kill Prisoner 945. Yes, he is going to use the Bat Blast to commit to that. That being said, the rest of his team was just able to pick up the Scout, and it's still a little bit of a fair trade if you ask me, but definitely Emperor Fuse cheated, man. He just baited this pack, and it's like the team just wasn't there.
Yeah, that's just a case of like, guys, I'm baiting really hard. Team, like, yeah, I think he was probably screaming that out.
What the hell, team? Yeah. Sorry, we kind of got seduced by the Scout. He was just so sexy looking behind there, dancing.
But yeah, I mean, you look at Lodestone, man. He already has a portal key, so he at least has some there is some signs of life coming from Impunity Storm. But if he's able to get a huge initiation with the Shatterstorm and the Rocket Drill portal key in, then Tempest is going to be able to follow up with the Elemental Void. There will be a lot of damage coming out from the Hellborn team to really kill them off. Like Master of Arms is rated level 5, a level 3 goo on top of 100% armor pierced Shatterstorm debuff on the Legion team, on top of the auto attacks coming out from like a Night Hound and the rest of his teammates. It's gonna do a lot of work. But now you can see Hag,
Here
he's
comes the hack.
yeah, he is Bondi
He
right
does
now.
have the bow 9. Nighthound's gonna be food here. Nighthound looking to go down. Nighthound low trouble, but Nighthound's gonna be able to just pounce away, and that's gonna mean the hack's not gonna go in for the kill. Neo will still be able to just pick off that award somehow, and yep, that's it, man. Top tower nicely challenged. All that stands between them is gonna be Frexer and the tower plus Legendary. Yep, there we go. Magmas goes in. Nice stun on the Lodestone only, but the quick hack's gonna connect, and Lodestone gonna be food easily.
Yes, so
Run, Hellborn, run. We have Legion on the loose here, and nice stun on the MOA. My god, Nova's been stunned by Leoric, the Skeleton King, and we're just looking at Emperor with the rest of his team coming back here. But look at Engineer just gonna troll them there. Nice. Well, energy field and a CAG returning him back to energy field. Second silent, and Emperor's gonna go down. What energy field, what a gameplay, what a gameplay it is. Looking at a Nighthawk, also looking to go down again. MRR's got it in the back, guys. Double tap going for Bomb Rusher Pole, and Tempest is just shivering behind those trees, man. He can feel it. Oh my god, I better not know I'm here. Best Tom is just standing behind there. There's nothing, again, that Impunity Storm can really do here. They're just so far behind all of a sudden, and I told you about Shito1X, I told you about it, and look at the gameplay by Bomb Rusher Pole. Fantastic again. Just sniping, already just going in from behind. It's just some of the things that you never really expect coming from the Engineer. So aggressive and only level 7.
if Tempest is able to like just walk in and get a 5-man Elemental Void, oh god, is he?
No, he's gonna get stunned there. Cat's gonna connect. He's gonna get taken out before anything happens. Bad Blast is also gonna make sure that happens. Glowstone goes in, nice Shadow Storm, and it's gonna challenge nicely. He's gonna blast in the face of the Magnus and Ophelia. Ophelia goes down, Magnus goes down. It's gonna be a little bit of a sign of life here, but Prisoner is gonna be on the run, and the Sun's gonna miss the hack. And yes, Prisoner looking to go to outer sense. It's gonna be Nova and the Nighthound. Nighthound, the carry appears now, a little late, but yes, he was dead. And Lyric again landing the stun there. Amway gonna take the fall. Hack going in with the Bound Eye is gonna be a potential kill again on the Nighthound, and they call it GG well play and call it Gratcher. Yes, it's gonna be neolution.MRR that wins this game, and they will go to the playoffs. bRix will do nothing about that because there's nothing they can do about it there. And yep, it's gonna be the last hit that will kill, or rather will not kill. Yep, it will kill the Nighthound. So that being said, man, ladies and gentlemen, the game is done, and again, man, Lark, let's go through what exactly went wrong with Imperial Storm in that game.
Wow, okay, there's a lot of things that happened. First thing was the draft again wasn't the best in my opinion, and second thing was the mass DC that actually hurt them a lot because as a team they wasted a lot of gold to port back. They lost out on a lot of EXP as well. You saw Hag, he was already at level 4. Even when Fraser was like so far behind, that's just something you don't want to happen to your team, and it just happened right there. And then after that, they had a couple of engagements where they just didn't communicate well. They got really bad team fights. Everything went well and into the favor of MR that just played it so beautifully. That I mean, like Impunity Storm, they really tried. You can see it right there, but there was really nothing much that they could do. A lot of the heroes don't synergize in that early stage when they don't have enough farm, and that's just really unfortunate to see. Like there were a couple of team fights where we saw as well a huge, well not a kind of huge Tempest Elemental Void coming out from Baston over there, but there was not enough follow up because the rest of the team was already dead. And at that time I wasn't sure, but I think Fraser either didn't have his Shatterstorm on cooldown or he didn't have the mana. But even then, if he was able to do that, I mean, get the 3-man Shatterstorm onto those that got caught by the Elemental Void, there was not enough follow-up. Like, there was no mana on Master of Arms. He couldn't do anything other than just auto-attack with the help of Tempest, and really nothing much they could kill from that engagement. So they just got brought back so far behind. A huge, I think it kind of started also with the fact that if I'm not mistaken, it was the bottom lane where they pushed that tier 1 and then the tier 2 as well with no contest. And Hellborn team, they didn't do anything about it. They just tried to take a tier 2 at the top. They completely couldn't do it. They lost 2 heroes. The Nighthound did survive, but yeah, I mean, just from that engagement onwards, it's just really looking downhill for Impunity Storm, and they couldn't do anything after that.
Yeah, it's like they don't really have anything that they can really do about it, and Impunity Storm, and again, a 5-man DC It's one of the biggest problem in that whole game against them. It's like it's morale crushing at the very least. And well, Emperor didn't really play a fantastic prisoner, but I do believe he did his best there. And again, it's not his fault. A little bit more on the drafting problem. I do believe that it's a
Mm.
little dissing because prisoner doesn't have the best of isn't really the best of draft going into this kind of gameplay with the tempers
No,
there.
I mean the thing is like the prisoner and Tempest is a strong combination. Like Lodestone, like the thing is they stack too much. Like a Lodestone, prisoner, and then Tempest. Like it's not really necessary. You like to have a good mix of magical and physical DPS and as such. And the thing is like the prisoner is a pretty strong pick in my opinion because he's just damn tank and he's inherently tanky in the early start of the game, and if he's able to pick up on farm he can actually transition to kind of like that semi carry and just dish out a hell ton of damage on top of like support from like a Tempest to lock them down. And then it does help out a lot because you imagine the Tempest gets a 5-man elemental void. He uses the ultimate what's the ultimate called anyways, the prison break. When he uses the prison break at the right timing, it kind of like pulls them back in again, and they get stunned for another 3 seconds. So it's a pretty good wham bam combo and super lockdown, and there's a decent amount of damage coming out from there. But yeah, I mean, just like a couple of heroes they could have swapped out in exchange for other heroes to really mesh well. So yeah, just really, again, just the drafting.
I don't also believe that it's again purely the draft. It's a little bit more execution and again
Mhm.
rotation. The 5-man DC definitely is the biggest problem if you ask me. And yep, it seems like they weren't able to just win the lane because of the level difference that just nicely made sure that it's a little bit of a catching up for impunity.storm to do. And also they didn't really gank if you realize that it's always Legion team that's boxing them out of the map, out of the lane, making sure that they go into this Legion Hellborn jungle to just gank. And half of this game was actually played in the Hellborn jungle, man. That being said,
Yeah.
it's
Hmm.
like Legion team, they're just pressurizing, and you don't want to explain. They know what they have really, as in the whole team. You've got awesome magical damage coming from Hack, from Magmus. Ophelia make sure that the rest of his team doesn't die, and yeah, it's like Engineer is also there for the extra oomph, man. So that being said, Team Legion, they know what is working in their favor, and done.
Hmm.
It's wham bam, thank you, ma'am. It's like no thanks, you're gonna have to go back again tomorrow or some stuff like that. So that's it. It's pretty much done, and well, MRR will win themselves the last spot in the playoffs, and we're just looking at 4 different teams going to playoffs. That's going to happen next weekend. And yep, I'm going to do a little bit of announcement now. It's going out to all the viewers for you guys who don't know our schedule. We are done with the round robin stages here after after 15 rounds, wholesome rounds of Cycle 2. What's 5, man? Sorry, I have a
Yeah.
problem with my math here. Yeah, 15 wholesome rounds in Cycle 2 G League. Again, the top team is definitely going to be Orange Esports. They are looking to win today's match to best the score of Turtle Masters. The record set by Turtle Masters in the previous entire series was because they had a total of 40 points. Gonna show you guys the final score from Cycle 1. Yep, this is Cycle 1. Oops, sorry, not this one. Let me just... Yep. There we go. Cycle 1 score. Turtle Masters bested every single team there about 40 points. And the only team right now that can possibly win that is Orange Esports, standing at about 38 points. If they win today's match, they will break the record that Turtle Masters set in Cycle 1 and be renowned as the team with the most points at any particular cycle. And it's going to be 41 points. So if they win Turtle Masters, they are only dropping a total of 2 games this entire 30 games played. 2 out of 30, that's lesser than 10% if you ask me. So that's a high win rate coming from Orange Esports, and they are looking to just sit nicely in the top spot for the playoff. And second in place, before we go into that, let me just change this screen back to the current table right now. So this is cycle 2, round 14, and don't confuse this table with the last one. So this is the current cycle, and as I mentioned, Orange Esports is about 38 points. We also have got S2Y standing at the second place, and third place is going to be Turtle Masters. Fourth place definitely neolution.MRR. So that's it. How the playoffs is going to happen for the G League? It's just very simple. We'll have MRR versus Turtle Masters best of 3 series happening on a Saturday. And then the second series that's going to happen is going to be the winner of that series versus S2Y. It's still going to be a best of 3. And that's going to be happening in the late afternoon or towards the evening time. And that being said, the last match is going to be the winner of that series between S2Y, or the winner of all 3, will fight Orange Esports at the finals. And that's going to happen as a best of 5 on a Sunday. So just gonna give you guys the dates before I go off stream here. Looking at 12 October and 13 October for the G League playoffs. So from now till next Monday, there is no more G League there's no more HoNTour Southeast Asia to just specifically cover. We still have got the route to G League, also known as the Div 1 playoffs. So 8 teams from Division 1, 4 from Southeast Asia, 4 from Thailand specifically, will play off to fight for the 4 spots that will be available in Cycle 3. So they will fight from Monday to Wednesday. It's going to be double elimination, and only 4 teams will progress there. 8 teams will fight, 4 will drop out, 4 will progress. So that's going to be a big series because Impunity of is looking to climb back up here, and I do believe that we have missed out on TSBB a little bit, and TSBB looking to climb back here again. We do have also Fnatic 5 looking really strong. Viet Dreamers, the original Vietnam team, looking to make a statement to come back into the G League. We also got Vietnamese team looking to just drop out of there, but that being said, it's kind of off topic. And again, 4 teams that will most probably relegate from from G League to Division 1. It's possibly going to be Stepgods KID, second run-up, and Vietnamese team, depending on the way they play the matches today. We still don't have information, but once we do, we'll publish it out on the Facebook page. So always stay tuned to our Facebook page at facebook.com/epicgamingtelevision. That's where your casters are, and that's where you can always follow for more HoNTour Southeast Asia G League non-G League coverage. Yeah. Lark, any last word before we take this off stream?
Yeah, just shout out to everyone that's watching. Big shout out to impunity.storm and MRR for giving us. I don't know, I mean, yes, there was a 15-minute CC second game, but I mean, still for giving us the opportunity to cast these exciting games. And I put emphasis on exciting. But yeah, I mean, we saw an annihilation today, so at least we have that to work with. And yeah, big shout out to everyone that's tuning in, as well as a big shout out to Fantasy and Beef Pot Pie over there from NAU region, and of course to every single person in the EGTV crew. You guys are awesome. You bring games to everyone else, and yeah.
Yeah, alright, so now it's my turn. So, again, it's been a really interesting series. May not be the most exciting, like what Lark say. I'm not sarcastic. I'm always very honest. You can count on me for that. Again, Imperial Storm, I do see that they try their best, but again, it's the draft. It has to be the draft. And the Wretched Hack was the main reason that it was snatched away, man. MRR knows that Xenophim plays a really good Wretched Hack, so they are not gonna give Hack to Team Impunity Storm. And in both games, they actually first picked the Hack, so that's very nice to see. Also gonna shout out to both neolution.MRR and Imperial Storm for a really interesting game today. Yes, congratulations to MRR. You guys will make a playoff. And the rest of the other 3 teams that are gonna be in the playoff, we're just excited to cast the whole playoff that's gonna happen in the next weekend. Also, a huge shout out to all the fans as well as the viewers on stream. You guys, we peaked at about 200 views today. It's kind of high, considering that normally we don't have a lot of viewers for HoNTour Southeast Asia, but it's interesting to see that everyone's just interested at Nova's team and how they're doing there. So that's nice to see. We promise to bring you a lot more coverage on both this channel as well as Epic Gaming Television. So do follow us on twitch.tv/Epic Gaming Television. That's where you can watch a parallel game. And we also have a new YouTube page, by the way. YouTube's going to be youtube.com/Epic Gaming TVN. And it's going to be dropped on the stream. All our cast, both me as well as Abstract, being the streamer, we'll be able to bring our cast there to YouTube. We hope you guys will be able to follow the series there also. That being said, huge shout out to all the EGTV crew, for you guys are always awesome, and I do understand it's kind of insane. Imagine having to cast every single day from Monday to a Saturday. You know, you're gonna have to just make sure that every single night you come home on time. It's like a curfew, man. We're just like in a military country, stuff like that. So it's kind of bad. So that's it. It's happening all the way from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. every single Monday to Saturday from time to time. We rarely get a break, but finally it's gonna be the end of Cycle 2, so we do have a little bit of a short break. And after that, I'm just gonna go to Thailand, man. So you guys gonna have to enjoy yourselves here. I'll be back.
Yeah, people's ditching us, man.
Yeah, it's
what a betrayer.
We are ditching.
And he's not even bringing me to Thailand as well. So you know
yep.
what?
Interesting. So that's it, man. It's nice to see, as well as every single one else. And well, also gonna do a shout out to Fantasy. You have been a fantastic journalist, always on point there and correcting me when I'm wrong. I am not the statman. You will obviously have the honor of being the official statman for HoNTour Southeast Asia. That's fine, as long as you provide me with the stats I'll be alright. I'll give you the credit. It's perfect. Other than that, a huge shout out to Beef. Thanks for dropping by, as well as every single one from the NEU scene. I hope you guys understand that this scene is very different from the NEU one. It's different from the international one even. So it's kind of like different kind of gameplay expected from this particular Southeast Asia scene. The way we play things is very different. For example, Thai teams, they just love Helm of the Black Legion on heroes that don't deserve that. But yep. You all know what I'm saying if you've been watching the stream,
Yeah.
or rather this whole series.
Magnus. Yeah.
Yep. And that being said, man, finally, cycle to round robin stage is gonna come to an end here. So we hope you guys enjoy that. And again, this is Babael. With me is Lark. We hope you guys enjoy our cast today, and thank you for your support. Do follow us on Facebook as well as on YouTube and Twitch. And we'll be back next Monday. Do note there's no HoNTourSEA tomorrow, so we'll be back next Monday for the Road to GLX 2. Stay tuned. Have a great night. Have a fantastic weekend, and just stay happy. With that, see you guys.
See ya.